Some actors chase fame, some chase applause. And then there are actors like Tom Noonan, they don't chase anything. They just become unforgettable. Born on April 12th, 1951, in Greenwich, Connecticut, Tom Noonan didn't step into Hollywood trying to be a superstar. He stepped in trying to understand people, trying to understand pain, trying to understand silence. And that silence, that became his signature. Tall, intense, thoughtful, standing over 6 feet 5 inches, he didn't just enter a room. He changed the temperature of it. Tom grew up in a creative Irish-American family. Art wasn't foreign in his household, it was natural. Conversations were deep. Expression mattered. Imagination mattered. He later studied drama seriously, sharpening his craft, digging into character psychology instead of chasing celebrity status. He wasn't trying to be famous. He was trying to be real. And that mindset, that's what separated him from the crowd. Before the big screen ever called his name, theater was his battlefield. Stage work taught him patience, taught him discipline, taught him how to hold an audience with stillness instead of noise. That's rare. That's powerful. His early film work in the 1980s introduced audiences to something different. He wasn't the typical leading man. He was deeper than that. When he appeared in Manhunter in 1986, playing Francis Dolarhyde, audiences didn't just see a villain. They saw something human, something broken, something disturbingly real. He didn't play monsters like cartoons. He played them like wounded souls. And that performance, it made people uncomfortable in the best way possible. From there, roles in The Monster Squad in 1987, RoboCop 2 in 1990, Last Action Hero in 1993, and Heat in 1995 built his reputation as one of the most compelling character actors in American film. He didn't dominate scenes with volume. He dominated them with presence. And now, this is the part that hits heavy. On February 14th, 2026 Valentine's Day, Tom Noonan passed away peacefully at the age of 74 years old. The news was later confirmed by close friends and collaborators. The film world paused. Fans felt it. Actors who had worked beside him shared their respect. At this time, no official cause of death has been publicly released. But what's clear is this: the industry lost a powerful creative force. And the silence he once used so brilliantly on screen, now it feels different. Now it feels permanent. Tom wasn't just a performer. He was a creator. In 1994, he wrote and directed What Happened Was, a deeply intimate film adapted from his own play. That project won the Grand Jury Prize at the Sundance Film Festival. That wasn't a fluke. That was artistry. He believed in uncomfortable conversations, in human awkwardness, in emotional truth. He understood that drama doesn't need explosions. Sometimes it just needs two people in a room being honest. Tom appeared in numerous television projects across decades. From crime dramas to psychological thrillers, he left fingerprints everywhere. Even in single-episode roles, he brought depth. You couldn't ignore him. You didn't scroll your phone when he was on screen. You watched, because you knew something real was happening. Tom married actress Karen Young in the 1980s. Their relationship wasn't about red carpets or flashy headlines. It was about creativity, respect, partnership. They built a life away from constant media attention. He valued privacy. He valued family. And that grounded lifestyle allowed him to work for decades without burning out. No public scandal. No chaotic drama. Just commitment to art and to home. Over a career that spanned more than 4 decades, Tom Noonan built steady financial success. Industry estimates place his lifetime net worth in the several $million range. But here's what stands out. He never looked like someone obsessed with money. He looked like someone obsessed with craft. He didn't flex wealth. He invested in storytelling. That's a different type of rich. Directors described him as prepared, focused, fearless in emotional depth. He wasn't casual about roles. He dissected scripts. He searched for truth. He wasn't interested in being liked. He was interested in being honest. And honesty in acting, that's the hardest thing to fake. Tom Noonan had a gift. He understood outside, not the loud rebels, not the flashy anti-hero, but the quiet one, the lonely man, the misunderstood mind, the characters standing at the edge of society. He didn't judge them, he studied them, and when he portrayed them on screen, he didn't exaggerate. He humanized. That's why his villains never felt cartoonish. That's why his strange characters felt real. He showed us that darkness isn't always screaming. Sometimes it's whispering. Sometimes it's standing in the corner, unnoticed. And that subtle approach changed how character acting was respected in Hollywood. In an industry full of noise, Tom mastered stillness. Watch his performances closely. He rarely overacts. He rarely rushes. He lets silence breathe. That takes confidence. Young actors often feel they need to do more. Tom showed that sometimes doing less hits harder. Directors loved that about him. He didn't demand attention. He commanded it naturally. He could stand in a frame without speaking, and you'd still feel tension rising. That's not just acting, that's presence. Behind the scenes, Tom was known as disciplined. He came prepared, lines memorized, motivations mapped, character psychology understood. He respected the script. He respected the crew. He respected the process. No ego storm, no dramatic tantrums, just work. Long days on set didn't shake him. Challenging scenes didn't scare him. He leaned into discomfort because he knew discomfort creates truth. Even while working in film and television, Tom never abandoned theater. Stage work was sacred to him. Theater doesn't give you second takes. It doesn't give you editing tricks. It doesn't give you digital enhancements. It gives you one chance. Live, rough, real. That's where Tom felt most connected to storytelling. He believed audiences deserved honesty, whether there were 10 people in a small black box theater or millions watching a film. That consistency defined his character. Over decades, Tom built quiet but strong relationships in Hollywood. He wasn't the loud personality at industry parties, but he was respected. Directors trusted him with complicated roles. Writers admired how he interpreted dialogue. Fellow actors felt safe performing alongside him because he listened. Listening is underrated in acting. Tom listened, on screen and off. That's why scenes with him felt alive, not mechanical. Here's something important. Tom Noonan worked for more than 4 decades in an industry known for breaking people. But fame never swallowed him. He wasn't chasing headlines. He wasn't chasing controversy. He wasn't reinventing himself for trends. He stayed consistent. He stayed grounded. He understood that longevity in Hollywood isn't about being the loudest. Some actors shine like fireworks, bright, loud, gone in seconds. Tom Noonan was different. He was a slow burn, a steady flame, the kind of presence that warms a story without overwhelming it. He didn't need center stage to matter. He mattered because he was real. From a young man born in Greenwich, Connecticut in April of 1951 to a respected artist whose journey closed in February of 2026, he gave us decades of unforgettable moments. He showed us that silence can be powerful. That restraint can be intense. That vulnerability can be terrifying. And that character actors are the backbone of cinema. Today, the screen feels a little quieter, a little heavier, but also richer, because his work still lives. In every scene, in every line, in every stare that made audiences lean forward. Tom Noonan may have stepped out of this world, but his performances, they don't fade, they don't age, they don't disappear, they stay. And that's immortality. Rest peacefully, Tom. The curtain may have closed, but the echo of your presence will never stop rolling.